Hey, in our last tutorial we saw how we can write character by character into a text file. I have introduced the conception of the file pointer. Also, I have showed you how you can open a file using the fopen function, and I have also given the conception of text file and binary file. I have written all these things here in this text file, and I'm going to attach this text file with this tutorial, and you can get it anytime, and please go through whenever you need. So I have also listed the different modes of operations available in C that we can use for reading or writing with a text file. Now please remember that if you are going to open the file in write mode in this way by using W, that means for text writing or binary writing, whatever you use, then you cannot do the other things. That means you cannot read or append the file. These modes are exclusive. That means if you are opening in a particular mode for a particular operation, then you cannot do the other. That means if you're opening in read mode, you cannot write. Now if you need to read and write simultaneously from your program with a data file, then you can go with the multiple modes or plus modes. These are available, and if you open in W plus or R plus or WB plus or RB plus, then you can simultaneously do the reading and writing. I'll be showing you with some example that how you can do that. So before that, in this tutorial I'm going to show you how we can read character by character from a text file. The file that we have written in our earlier tutorial that contained from capital A to capital Z and small a to small z, that was the a.txt file that we wrote with the program in our last tutorial, and this is the file. You can see that this a.txt contains capital A to capital Z and small a to small z. This file was created by the program that I described in my last tutorial. I'm going to write a program that's going to read the content of that file. So I have opened the file in read mode. You can see that it's read text mode. And when we open the file in exclusive mode, always the file pointer points to the first location of the file. That means if I go on and try to read from the file, it's going to be the first character that's going to be read. In order to read a single character from a file, the function that we can use is fgetc. This requires a single parameter, and that's obviously the file pointer from where the fgetc is supposed to read. Fgetc reads the character from the specified file pointer location and returns the character, and we can assign the character in a character variable. So here it is. So we have the character assigned in this ch, and fgetc, after reading the character from the first location, it forwards the file pointer to the next readable location. It always goes on forwarding the file pointer to the next location. Now it may happen that fgetc encounters the end of file location. That means the mark that indicates the termination of the file. So while reading from the file, we need to constantly check whether the file pointer have reached the end of file or not. If it reaches the end of file, then we need to terminate the reading. So the loop is going to iterate as long as there are content in the file. So if we encounter with the end of file, we need to terminate the iteration. So on reading the first character, it may happen that the file is totally empty. So we are attempting to read the first character, and if the file is empty, then in that case the file pointer is encountering the end of file at the very beginning. So always do in this way. This is called the prime reading. We attempt to read the first character from the file, and if that fails, that may fail, we need to just terminate. Otherwise we can iterate with the next character reading. So in order to check whether the file has encountered the end of file or not, we have this function feof. This function receives the file pointer and it returns true if the end of file is really encountered. Otherwise, if it returns false. So as long as it's not equals to end of file, we need to iterate with the while loop. So it's not feof. So if we come inside the while loop, then the first character reading is successful, and then we can just go ahead and print the character that has been returned by fgetc, and then we can continue reading the next one. So I'm going to fire the fgetc within the loop as well here. So now if the first character reading is successful outside of the loop, then we are checking it here whether it is successful, whether it was successful or not. If the first character reading was successful, then not end of file is true and we are entering to the loop and printing the first character. Then we are reading the second character and we are iterating, and if the second character reading is successful, then again we are entering to the loop and printing the second character, and so on. If at the very beginning file is empty, then this is going to be false at the very first iteration, and the loop is not going to iterate even for once, and we will come out of the loop and we will close the file pointer. So this is called the prime reading technique. As I have told you, always follow this while reading the file. So let me go ahead and execute the program. It's going to read the content of the file a.txt and it's going to display it into the console. So here it is. You can see that it's from capital A to capital Z and small a to small z, as it was there in the text file. In the next tutorial, I'm going to show you how we can write different formatted data into text file, and also how we can read different formatted data from the text file. Thank you.